The creation of nearly 1,500 jobs. The safeguarding of more than 1,400 existing ones. 66 projects approved, 96% of them already under contract, representing awards of $37.6 million, plus another $4.5 million in Excelsior tax credits, which has attracted outside investment totaling $308 million. By any measure, the results achieved by the Regional Economic Development Council of the Southern Tier in CFA Round 2 can be summed up as success. This year's achievements include refining the 5-year strategic plan, technology development and transfer, a job generator, and opportunity agenda were added to the original 5 strategies: energy efficiency and renewable energy technology, transportation industry, healthcare 2020, revitalize the rural farm and forest-based economy, and economic development backbone, which now includes a total of 6 elements: community revitalization, broadband infrastructure, infrastructure development for shovel-ready sites, workforce development, business and technology development, and tourism and waterfront development. Construction is underway at this Corning Incorporated plant that manufactures filters to remove soot from diesel exhaust. When it goes online in 2015, the 110,000 square foot addition will provide capacity to keep up with soaring global demand, driven by clean air regulations in Europe and China. A $3 million award in CFA Round 2 persuaded Corning to site the $219 million project in Steuben County instead of in China, a decision that will preserve 500 existing jobs. Meanwhile, 250 brand new positions will be created. Hiring will begin next year. Work has also begun on Binghamton University's $22 million high technology incubator, specifically an archaeological survey and preliminary site preparation in this distressed section of downtown Binghamton. Groundbreaking on the 40,000 square foot building is set for spring 2014. Once complete, the incubator will support research and development activities of up to 12 companies in fields including microelectronics and energy. A $1 million grant from NYSERDA will enable Broome County-based Willow Run Foods to lease and maintain a fleet of 15 natural gas trucks that will deliver food and supplies to restaurants in New York City, Long Island, and New Jersey. The switch from diesel fuel to natural gas will save the company $100,000 a year and reduce annual greenhouse emissions by 500 tons, the equivalent of removing 100 passenger cars from the road. The Southern Tier's Rural Initiative Fund continues to build on its initial success, awarding loans totaling $2.8 million that have leveraged $7 million in other investment. This has strengthened the region's rural economy with the creation of 120 new jobs, an achievement that also advances the new Opportunity Agenda. The Rural Initiative Fund is also allowing entrepreneurs to seize new opportunities created at the state level.
The legislation we're signing today reduces licensing requirements on small breweries.
In exchange for easier licensing, small breweries must use mostly New York State-grown hops and grains, which the new Steuben Brewing Company will craft into a variety of beers employing 6 people. Located on the Finger Lakes Beer Trail, the brewery's tasting and sales room will be an added tourism destination. Already a fixture on the Seneca Wine Trail, the J.R. Dill Winery is now in growth mode, having built an addition and bought more equipment with help from Rural Initiative financing. J.R. Dill is now cultivating 10 additional acres of vinifera grapes and producing 5,000 more gallons of wine each year. In Tompkins County, more local, sustainably raised pork products will be brought to market, thanks to the $300,000 Rural Initiative loan that attracted additional investments of $700,000. The piggery will upgrade its meat processing facility to qualify for USDA certification. The resulting efficiency will allow the piggery to produce more of its signature pork chops, ribs, sausages, deli meats, and bacon. More locally sourced salad will be served up as soon as Challenge Industries completes its new 25,000 square foot Finger Lakes food hub with assistance from Round 2 funding. Here, workers who face physical, developmental, or other barriers to employment will wash, package, and process lettuce and other greens. 35 jobs will be created. Some of the produce is hydroponically grown by Challenge Industries itself, but the food hub also buys in bulk from local farmers, providing them with a reliable route to regional supermarkets, including Wegmans. A steady stream of investments by the Community Revitalization Fund continues to strengthen the Southern Tier's economic development backbone. Awards totaling nearly $4.8 million, mostly in the form of low-cost loans, have leveraged nearly $20 million from owners and from banks and other lenders. These activities contributed to the creation of 159 jobs, again coinciding with objectives in the Southern Tier's new Strategy 7. Commercial space in Hornell's historic Erie Railroad Depot has been vacant since 2008, but after $1.9 million in renovations, the rechristened Iron Horse Depot will house a medical practice, plus medical billing, consulting, and software services. The combined job creation potential is several dozen. The historic Sherwood Hotel is again welcoming visitors to Shenango County after extensive renovations made possible by a community revitalization loan. This historic building now houses both fine and casual dining, while its 20 inn-style guest rooms add to the region's tourism infrastructure. Project Seneca in Schuyler County combines tourism, recreation, housing, environmental protection, and energy efficiency. At the center is a public-private consortium that includes 3 local governments working together. Round 2 funding was used to complete the engineering plans that laid the groundwork for recreational and residential waterfront redevelopment at the southern tip of Seneca Lake. The next step is to demolish this outmoded wastewater treatment plant in Watkins Glen. Its energy-efficient replacement, built inland, would serve Montour Falls as well. A $25 million Environmental Facilities Corporation loan and CFA Round 3 Cleaner Greener funding will be sought to advance the project. In downtown Ithaca, a $1.2 million Round 2 award paid for underground utility upgrades, including the replacement of a 100-year-old water main. The new infrastructure will support $10 million in above-ground improvements to the Ithaca Commons, spread out over 9 individual projects. Council members and state agency professionals will work directly with local governments to assist with CFAs, structure more complex projects such as Project Seneca, offer technical assistance, and otherwise improve government efficiency and local business climates. The Regional Council will continue to address the objectives of the Opportunity Agenda across our overall strategic plan. In particular, agricultural businesses that expand with financing from the Rural Initiative Fund will be encouraged to offer employment to people in need. Community revitalization projects will also continue to deliver new jobs.
Since we reopened, we've actually added over 30 new jobs here, and we have plans to add about 10 to 15 more jobs.
If the project aligns directly with one of the 65 actions...
The Cleaner Greener Regional Sustainability Plan includes 18 goals and 65 action items that promote energy-efficient transportation, housing, and development, plus increased reliance on renewable energy, the protection of ecosystems, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions by as much as 32% over 20 years. 2 healthcare action items are on the 2014 agenda. Renovating Elmira College's Coles Hall will allow the college's nursing program to expand and graduate an additional 37 nurses per year, helping to address the region's nursing shortage. And transforming the former Watkins Glen Middle School into 48 apartments for low-income people ages 55 and up. This project also is a critical component of Project Seneca's focus on transforming the Watkins Glen waterfront. Support for the Southern Tier's tourism industry will include building an international motor coach entrance to the Corning Museum of Glass, the most visited art museum in New York State outside of New York City. This will accommodate a 14% increase in international visitors. Completion of the Catskills Interpretive Center and Information Gateway is a multi-regional goal that will support tourism in the Southern Tier, Mid-Hudson, and Capital regions. Another example of cross-regional collaboration is the Farm to Bistro project at Tompkins Cortland Community College, which serves students from both the Southern Tier and Central New York regions. This would include a working farm on college property and a culinary center in Ithaca. The $6.5 million project would create the equivalent of 43 permanent full-time jobs. Strict rules that protect the New York City watershed have long been a barrier to economic development in Delaware County. Now, SUNY Delhi is pioneering technology to increase wastewater disposal capacity by 200,000 gallons per day without increasing discharges into the Delaware River. Instead, a solar and wind-powered subsurface irrigation system will deliver that treated wastewater to the college's green spaces and golf course. The additional capacity will allow 3 major employers to expand, creating more than 50 jobs. And perhaps the most ambitious proposal yet to generate the jobs of the future through the commercialization of basic research, a virtual, region-wide innovation hotspot anchored by 3 complementary nodes. One in Binghamton, tapping the energy and electronics expertise on the Binghamton University campus and at its new high-technology incubator. A second node in Corning, focused on materials science, comprised of Corning Incorporated and Alfred University's Ceramics Corridor. And the third in Ithaca, with a concentration on food, agriculture, and life sciences at Cornell University and its proposed downtown incubator. A companion infrastructure project, the extension of a dark fiber broadband backbone into Tioga and Broome counties, will provide the connectivity needed to seamlessly integrate the hotspot's activities. In less than 2 years, the Regional Economic Development Council of the Southern Tier has strengthened communities and improved lives in each of the region's 8 counties. Funding from CFA Rounds 1 and 2 has been the catalyst for 119 projects, either completed or under contract. Projects that have attracted more than $440 million in additional investment. Investment that's breathing new life into time-worn buildings and business districts, that's supplying more of the bounty of our farms to tables in towns and cities. Investment that's enabling our universities to create and refine materials and processes that will empower our industries to lead the world in new product development and in the efficient use of energy and other resources. In less than 2 years, these efforts have provided jobs for more than 2,800 people and increased employment security for more than 2,500 others. In the months to come, the Regional Economic Development Council of the Southern Tier will build on that foundation by strengthening the virtual bridges that link campus and workplace, laboratory and manufacturing space, and by maximizing the potential when governments work together and with the private sector to devise and realize strategies for sustainable economic growth.